Duh, udah mana mau ujian, belajar gak ngerti-ngerti lagi. Pusing. Wah, apa nih? Tutorial radio. Cek kali aja ada materi yang aku ngerti ada di sini juga nih. www.utradio.ut.ac.id.
Wabarakatuh, salam sejahtera untuk kita semua UT listeners dimanapun Anda berada. Senang sekali saya Eka Ardhinie kembali menemani Anda kali ini dalam program Cafe Break UT Radio Open Education Station for All. Barangkali udah ada yang tahu bahwa hari ini ada tamu spesial yang hadir di UT Radio dan nanti kita akan bahas terkait dengan accounting, governance, and SDGs. Dan bagi Anda juga yang punya pertanyaan terkait dengan topik ini, boleh ya Anda sampaikan melalui Instagram kami @radio.ut atau juga melalui kolom komentar YouTube Universitas Terbuka TV. Dan pada Cafe Break kali ini saya akan menggunakan dua bahasa ya, karena nantinya saya akan mewawancarai atau ngobrol-ngobrol dalam bahasa Inggris, tapi Anda juga boleh bertanya dalam bahasa Indonesia atau bahasa Inggris, terserah ya UT listeners. Dan hari ini yang akan menjadi tamu kami di Cafe Break UT Radio adalah Dr. Ga Yong So. Okay. Hello, how are you today, Miss Gayong?
Hi, Eka. Thank you so much for having me here. I'm very honored to be at University Terbuka and learn about Indonesia.
Okay, and welcome to UT Radio.
Thanks so much.
Okay.
Terima kasih.
So, how many words in Indonesia that you can convey?
I'm an infant. Yeah, I'm still trying to learn this tongue first so that I expand my vocabulary portfolio.
What do you know?
Terima kasih.
Terima
Still all I
kasih.
know. And you're welcome sama-sama.
Sama-sama.
And nasi goreng also, of course, it's always been in my head for many decades. Yeah.
Okay. Miss Gayong, how many times you have come to Indonesia?
Oh, this is actually my second time to visit Indonesia, and my first time was back in year 2011. When I was working at the International Labour Organization in Geneva, Switzerland, and ILO had a conference in Malang. So I was lucky to participate in that activity. And also at that time, I really liked the feeling of waking up with prayers from mosque, starting from at 5 a.m., like early morning.
Yeah.
It was very
Subuh
peaceful.
pray.
Yeah, it was very peaceful. And people were very relaxed and nice in Malang. And I really liked that. I still have this vivid memory from back then.
Okay, love that ambience in Malang. Yeah. Okay, so this is the second time you come to Indonesia.
Yes.
Could you share to us the purpose of your second come to Indonesia?
Yeah, so I was lucky to welcome Professor Hali from the entrepreneurship program, and also Lecturer Christ from the Faculty of Public Policy, and Rector Ali. Lecturers from UT visited South Korea for their UT graduations. So there are a good number of Indonesians living in South Korea, and they are students at UT. So they came to visit South Korea for the graduation ceremony. And luckily, they were interested in learning about what South Korea was doing with respect to like regional development and digital transformation and many areas in public sector. So I was lucky to meet them and then have some discussions. And I kept saying I have a big interest in Indonesia because it's the biggest economy in ASEAN, and people are very nice and they work hard, and you guys have a rich reserves of minerals. So there are so many opportunities for you to create and take at this stage. And also I hear a lot of good things about the President
Prabowo, yeah.
He's from, as far as I understand, he's very driven and he's such a good negotiator at the international level, because for all the presidents level at the or heads of the international organizations, it's all politically determined. But we have this president or dean of Asia Development Bank Institute from Indonesia, and it's growing at the international level. So I think with this new leadership, Indonesia can escape from what it has been, because it's been in the middle income country for about 3 decades. So yeah, I have a high expectations. I need to learn. And
That's so very captivating. Thank you also for sharing us from your point of view, from political international view.
yeah. So
But before we talk a lot about this discussion, about this topic,
Yeah.
let me share your background education
Oh, yes,
and some
great.
information of you to the audience.
Yes.
Oke, the listeners, sedikit saya informasikan dan untuk background education dari Miss Gayong ini adalah di bachelornya Cornell University, Ithaca, New York, United States, BS in Industrial and Labor Relations. Kemudian di magisternya adalah dari Yale University, New Haven, Connecticut, the United States, MA in International Relations, dan Ph.D. beliau ini di University of Cambridge, England, dengan judul tesisnya adalah 3 Essays on the Impact of Education on the Employment and Empowerment of Women in South Korea. Wow, that was so captivating for me to talk about women.
yeah, it's
Especially in South Korea.
in South Korea.
Okay, Ms. Gayong, could you tell us about your journey from United States to United Kingdom, your journey from bachelor, magister, and PhD?
Oh yeah, thank you Eka for introducing me. And yeah, as Eka has introduced already, I did my undergraduate study and master's degree in the United States, and I really wanted to have a very interdisciplinary approach from the beginning, and also the bachelor degree in industrial and labor relations from Cornell University was very it was very interesting to me, because it was across everything. Like actually back in high school, I was better at hard sciences like chemistry and mathematics and physics, because I was in the United States back then. My mother tongue is Korean, so my English wasn't that good back in high school. So I did better at sciences, but I wanted to challenge myself and have some like interdisciplinary approach. And that program at Cornell University was teaching economics and human resource management and organization and behavior, and we had to learn humanities like history as well. So I decided to study that, and also as part of undergraduate study, I had a really lucky opportunity to do credit internship. Credit internship means that I go overseas and I doing internship, I earn credits for my degree. And Cornell's Industrial and Labor Relations School had a really close relationship with this international organization, International Labor Organization in Geneva, Switzerland. So I spent a year there as part of my undergraduate study. And thanks to my boss at that time, who was from Pakistan, I got to learn about development perspectives in economics. And from that, and I worked sometimes with him and his team or his department based on projects. And then but I still needed to finish my degree in international relations. So I went back to the US, and then I went back to the ILO again to work. And my boss was like, he has a PhD from the UK, so he suggested, how like going to the UK for a PhD. And he even introduced really prominent economists at University of Cambridge. And then through him, I found my supervisor and worked on this, gender perspective within this impact of education.
Okay, so what's the difference between studying at United States and United Kingdom?
Oh yeah, that's really critical question because I came back to Korea in year 2018, and honestly, I found Korea to be more influenced by this U.S. American academic orientation than the UK one, British one, and the U.S. is more about science, at least within social sciences.
Social science?
Yeah, U.S. focus more on being scientific, like with methods like modeling and etc. Whereas in the UK, value is given more on the conceptualizations and what's the meaning of doing this and all this very fundamental dimension. So that's the difference. And good example can be in the US, it's called political science, whereas in the UK, it's called politics. So Department of Political Science is pervasive in the US, whereas the UK institutions of higher education, they tend to use like Department of Politics, and so that's like the difference. UK more on the conceptualization.
Okay, thank you for the description. Maybe this can suggest to Indonesian people who will continue the study, which one state they can choose, United States or United Kingdom, as a general description.
Like the advantages are very different between US and UK. US, we can learn more methods, and in the UK, it's close to the European Union countries, and that's where industrialization happened. So in that sense, they really want to look at the origins and the foundations. And but don't forget Korea. Korea also has great programs for masters and PhD. And Korea's, there are two programs I like to emphasize for UTE students to consider. First, there is GKS scholarship by Korea's Ministry of Education. It's for both undergraduate and graduate studies, and it's a scholarship. And second, there are master degrees run by KIPA. KIPA is Korea's national agency for official development assistance, like for international cooperation. And as part of its efforts on strengthening governance in our partner countries, they have established these master degree programs that last 3 semesters. And programs are very diverse. There must be more than 15 options. So once you graduate from UTE, please don't forget South Korea. And you can drive collaborations, various collaborations between Indonesia and South Korea. Not just research, a lot of projects, government projects or business ideas. I think there are many opportunities.
Okay, because you also teach in Korea.
I teach at Seogang
University,
Graduate School of International Studies. There are many GKS scholars, those who are like master and PhD students
that we can apply also.
Of course, and the faculty member at Seogang, very great, and Seogang University top 5, and it's got very unbeatable, peerless tradition in economics. So anyone who's interested in that, I think Seogang GSIS is great. And GSIS instruction is in English, 100%.
In
So,
English.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So with GKS scholarship, or consider the master degrees offered by Korean Ministry of Foreign Affairs or KIPA.
That's so interesting, but
Yeah.
we must continue our discussion
right.
to our topic, ya.
Yeah.
Baik.
Right, yeah, we
Okay. Miss Gayong, Indonesia is currently classified as an upper middle income country and plays a central role in Asia. However, Indonesia is also facing the risk of a middle income trap.
Yeah.
What does the middle income trap mean, and why should accounting students understand this issue?
So middle income trap is a term developed by economists back in 1990s, comparing those countries in Latin America and Africa regions to the successful cases in East Asia. A lot of countries in newly independent countries in Africa and Latin America had stayed in middle income level for many, many years, and they are still in middle income level. So it means that losing competitiveness in low income countries' labor abundance. At the same time, it doesn't really have this innovation capacity, like comparable with the high income countries. So it's trapped in between. Once countries reach middle income level, they stay there forever because there are not enough boosters.
Yeah. So you mentioned also institutional coordination and governance. How important is governance in determining whether Indonesia can achieve its vision in 2045?
Indonesian Vision 2045. I really think it's a great opportunity with the strong presidential leadership. We have this new long-run national development plan called Vision 2045, and I read through it, and it acknowledges a lot of current trends like green economy and entrepreneurship. So I believe the Indonesian central government is very aware of what's going on at the international scale, but to implement them, we need to come up with strategies, right? And in that sense, I believe governance is very critical, and it's the key driver of realizing Vision 2045.
As a key driver through 2045.
Yeah. So public policies and civil servants working very hard, all these things as a part of this governance package. Yeah, I believe it will drive.
Okay. Do you want to share some slide or information about green sociopreneurship, or what will you
we
say to
also
us?
do have so Professor Halim at Faculty of Business and Economics and I are working on a journal article to submit it to international journal, and so we developed a new concept called the green sociopreneurship. It's founding a startup or small enterprise that considers not just profit maximization, but also green and social development. So, for instance, there is a company called Kisera in Bandung, and the founder was a female, and she has 2 patents, and her patents were recognized and praised by international organizations. And so her business is growing. A lot of customers in Australia love to buy her scarves. And then for her business, she employs several females. In that sense, she's empowering women and creating jobs for women in the labor market. That's part of social development. And also her patents and the scarves that she makes are very environmentally healthy or very like environmentally friendly. Yeah, it's very different from other scarves. And because when in the processes of fabric making and also coloring the scarves, a lot of pollution take place, like water pollution in various forms, such as water pollution and etc. But she really was, from the beginning, she was very aware of all these pollution or environmental issues were happening in Bandung area. So she decided to make her business to be very environment friendly. And in that sense, her business is very, it's very green. Yeah.
Okay, so you gave the example of Bandung,
Yeah.
but what exactly is green sociopreneurship?
So green sociopreneurship is like doing three jobs: profit making and contributing to social development, and also being green to the economy. So unlike the 20th century's industrialization coming from industrialization of burning coals and carbon emissions, there's no or less destruction of the environment of human beings, and not just profit making but also contributing to social development, narrowing gender inequality, or providing jobs to the youth or people in need, and all these aspects. And with these two goals, also this business is making like profits and generating revenues.
Okay. So, how can green sociopreneurship contribute to Indonesia's efforts to escape the middle income trap?
Yeah, so I like to think of this green sociopreneurship at different levels. We just talked about this scarf, the founder, female. Maybe that's the individual level. And secondly, we also need to conceptualize green sociopreneurship at the organizational level. Her company, what the company is doing as an organization. And third, at the national level. And so green sociopreneurship as Indonesia's national development governance. And for that, there are various methods to implement that, but one is to Vision 2045 already recognizes green economy and social development and etc. So as I mentioned, we need to come up with the implementation strategies, and one can be enlarging UTE's incubator, or expanding this UTE's incubator as a national or metropolitan techno valley, just like the American Silicon Valley, or Korea also has a Seongnam Pangyo Techno Valley. So all this expanding incubator into a tech valley can create a space, supportive space for future entrepreneurs, and from that the market can form organically from the grassroots in the Indonesian way, because all countries are very different, like in terms of many dimensions, like demography and industrial structure and this volume of mineral reserves or natural resources. So there's gotta be their own ways, and I believe Indonesians will create Indonesian way to implement Vision 2045.
Oh, okay. We hope so. Yeah, we can through with a great experience toward to the 2045.
Yeah, and for that, UTE, not just UTE as an organization, and also people at UTE both at individual level, they can be the drivers.
Okay, so hold on your explanation more because we must have a non-commercial break and then after that we can continue to second session.
Yeah, great.
Oke, Uta listeners dimanapun Anda berada, tadi menarik sekali di segmen satu ini, Miss Gayong sudah menjelaskan bagaimana sebetulnya green sociopreneurship dan juga memberikan contoh-contoh yang ada di Indonesia, salah satunya di Bandung ya. Nah nanti di segmen 2 kita bahas lebih dalam lagi, jadi jangan kemana-mana, tetap bersama kami di UT Radio Open Education Station for All.
Anda sedang mendengarkan UT Radio, Open Education Station for All.
Kamu mahasiswa baru UT ya? Udah tahu belum kalau ada sarana belajar yang unik loh di UT? Sini, aku kasih lihat. Nah, ini nih UT Radio. Di sini kamu bakal dapat banyak hal loh. Kamu bisa dapat informasi seputar Universitas Terbuka di program seputar UT. Mulai dari orang-orang inspiratif di UT sampai kupas tuntas tentang daftar ulang. Terus kamu juga bisa belajar loh lewat program tutorial radio. Semua fakultas bahkan sampai pasca sarjana juga bisa belajar di sini. UT Radio nggak cuma nyediain itu doang sih. Di sini juga ada coffee break, tempat kamu belajar hal-hal menarik dari pakarnya. Cara ngaksesnya gampang lagi. Kamu tinggal ambil laptop atau HP, terus ketik aja websitenya di www.utradio.ut.ac.id. Di sana kamu juga bisa pilih nih mau denger program tutorial radio seputar UT atau coffee break. Bukan cuma denger lagi, semua program UT Radio juga bisa kamu tonton loh. Tayangan streamingnya ada di YouTube UT TV dan bisa juga live di Instagram @radio.ut. Gimana? Gampang dan accessible banget kan? Iyalah, kan UT Radio, Open Education Station for All.
Pengen kuliah? Kuliah di perguruan tinggi negeri. Pusing dengan biaya tes masuk. Bukan cuma itu. Biaya kos, biaya makan, ongkos, kuota mahal.
Gak usah galau, kan ada UT, kuliah di Universitas Terbuka. Tanpa ongkos, tanpa kos, iya. Hasilnya, jos! Universitas Terbuka. Kuliah fleksibel sesuai gayamu.
Halo, saya Angga Yunanda, mahasiswa Ilmu Komunikasi Universitas Terbuka. Saya baru saja menyelesaikan studi saya di Ilmu Komunikasi. Terima kasih banyak UT telah memberikan akses edukasi yang sangat menyeluruh kepada pemuda-pemudi Indonesia.
masih bersama kami dalam program Cafe Break UT Radio Open Education Station for All. Dan masih bersama dengan tamu saya, Miss Gayong. Kita lanjutkan lagi ya. Oke, Miss Gayong, so the next question for you, we will talk about, many people still think that accountant mainly record transaction, calculate taxes, and prepare financial statement. How is the accountant's role changing in the SDGs era?
Wow, that's very futuristic questions. But we know that accounting, as Eka mentioned, is very mixing with other fields, and accountant's role is getting important. And in the SDG era, I believe what's most critical is performance evaluations. And accountants have a lot to offer with respect to performance evaluations. So they can also come up with indicators, accounting-oriented indicators to be added as part of evaluation. And also they work as auditors, right, of all these evaluations.
Oh, okay. So what new standards for frameworks should future accountants begin to understand?
Which framework? What do you...
New standard or framework should future accountants begin to understand?
Yeah, so I think this was great idea to add sustainable development goals for our program today. And so there are 17 developmental goals that United Nations has presented in year 2014 for the world to implement from 2015 to 2030. And perhaps it's good to know this framework, SDGs, although they are ending within 5 years. So how the world has emphasized various dimensions of the human development. And within that, as mentioned, performance evaluation is most critical, and accountants looking at the goals and their little targets underneath each goal and how those targets are monitored and evaluated. You look at those indicators and think critically if they are really capturing this performance.
Okay, but some students may worry that technology and artificial intelligence will replace accountants. What competencies will make future accountants remain relevant?
Well, a lot of professionals are worried about their job.
Not only accountant, me also.
And also, like there were rumors, lawyers are going to be replaced first by AI transformation, etc. But I believe as AI develops, the professionals' roles become more sophisticated, because we know AI, it depends on the questions to begin with, and AI although it's developing really rapidly, AI makes like some flaws, right? So accountants, lawyers, they all have to double check what AI produces. So in that sense, accountants' roles and responsibilities becoming more sophisticated. And AI,
I think, more sophisticated than before.
And with using, instead of thinking AI replacing us, think of AI as an opportunity to increase our productivity, right? We can do accounting, maybe more projects, and also you create a new segment of a professional, like a profession, to double check questions for AI and what AI presents.
So just enjoy this era and adapting, and also more productive.
Use it as your assistant. Now only like professors have a research assistant, but AI app is becoming our assistant for all individuals.
Okay, yeah. So, what international career opportunities are available for accounting graduates, particularly graduates from Indonesia?
So which opportunities?
International
Like
opportunities?
I really from the title page, I put emphasis on being international because Indonesia is the largest economy in the ASEAN, and Indonesian population is very voluminous. Those are great assets. So go international is the key message of today. I like to emphasize not just US, UK, but also within Asia. We have Asia Development Bank. They takes like international organizations that are development banks. They take accounting very seriously, and Indonesian influence is rapidly growing at not just ADB but at the international scale. So look for jobs and international organizations. They do have accountants roles.
So see the international organization because they have roles.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So based on the examples of Indonesian leaders who have served in international institutions, what lessons can students learn?
So thanks to those leaders, I have pulled like Professor Bambang, like at ADB in Asian Development Bank Institute, and Dr. Suri Indrawati. He's now like at World Bank. So yeah, it's not like, to be realistic, it's not like we can be like everyone can be a head of a big organization, but it's good to have that big aim. So yeah, look for roles at international organizations and at least start from doing internship
Okay.
at international consulting firms or regional international organizations. Indonesia has ASEAN Secretariat and maybe ADB branch here as well. So yeah, start from doing pragmatic internship at an internationally known institution. Then from that you build up your CV, and we can have another Professor Bambang, like from graduates of UTE.
Okay, so the first step that students can do is looking for the internship to the international organization, and then build up your CV, and then you can look for another opportunity.
Yeah, and also UTE has a lot of resources to secure internship at internationally known organizations, including international organizations. Maybe you can get support from UTE and UTE's alumni network. So yeah, because my internship as part of my undergraduate study at Cornell University, it has been really enriching experience, because I was Korean studying in the US, but then going to another country in Europe, and also at international organization, there are so many, like it's full of cosmopolitans. In that sense, we sort of learn to think out of a box, and we get to use to diverse people and their habits and cultures. So we get various perspectives, and throughout that journey we get to learn how to construct our own point of view on various things that we value important.
Okay, so we must hold on again this discussion, and then we must have a non-commercial break, and after that we can continue to the third session. UTE listeners dimanapun Anda berada, tadi ya beberapa saran yang disampaikan oleh Miss Gayong. Bagaimana sih sebetulnya nih kalau mahasiswa-mahasiswi di UT dari bidang akuntan gitu ya, ingin memulai karir internasional itu seperti apa gitu langkah-langkahnya. Nanti di segmen 3 kita juga mau perdalam lagi. Tadi kayaknya saya tuh belum tanya juga ya, bagaimana sih beliau memulai perjalanan karir sebagai researcher atau sebagai peneliti. Nanti kita bahas di segmen akhir. Sekaligus barangkali kalau ada yang mau tanya boleh ya, bisa Anda sampaikan melalui Instagram kami @radio.ut atau juga melalui kolom komentar YouTube Universitas Terbuka TV. Jangan kemana-mana, tetap bersama kami di UT Radio Open Education Station for All.
Anda sedang mendengarkan UT Radio, Open Education Station for All.
Sayur-sayur.
Harga-harga sekarang pada mahal. Tiap hari masuknya kangkung terus. Lihat tuh, udah jadi PNS. Padahal kuliah aja enggak. Pasti sarjananya beli.
Dia kan gak pernah kelihatan pergi kuliah. Tiba-tiba udah ada gelar SIP. Permisi.
Ibu-ibu ketinggalan berita nih. Dia kan kuliahnya di Universitas Terbuka. Kuliahnya bisa di mana aja, kapan aja, kampusnya negeri, biayanya kagak mahal. Kalau kata anak saya nih, fleksibel.
Kok abang tahu UT?
Ya tahu dong, anak saya yang nomor 1 PNS guru, lulusan UT. Nah yang nomor 2 sekarang udah semester 5.
Wah hebat abang ini, jualan sayur anaknya kuliah semua.
UT itu kan mahasiswanya beragam, dari mulai kalangan elit sampai ekonomi sulit kayak saya. Kuliah di mana aja dan kapan aja, cuma UT yang bisa begini.
Teman-teman, terima kasih karena memang hanya di Universitas Terbuka yang memiliki akses untuk berpendidikan kapan saja, di mana saja. Universitas Terbuka!
Universitas terpercaya untuk Indonesia.
Dan dengan kemenangan Bapak Rektor secara resmi telah dibuka rangkaian Dies Natalis ke-41 Universitas Terbuka dan Dispor Seni Nasional UT tahun 2025.
Kami mohon kesesuaian.
Di sini tak ada batas ruang dan waktu. Kita belajar menembus cakrawala ilmu. Langkah kecil di layar digital menuju dunia yang makin global. Kami ditempa dari kerasnya kenyataan, semangat belajar dengan keberanian. PTNBH jadi tonggak berdiri menuju dunia. Kami takkan lari. Kualitas jadi janji, integritas harga diri. Akses inovasi kamilah yang beri dunia tahu. Kami di sini Universitas Terbuka untuk semua, untuk dunia. Universitas Terbuka, belajar jarak jauh kualitas dunia. Dari visi jadi aksi, misi kami cahaya di bumi. UT untuk negeri dan dunia menanti. UT tak terbatas, UT buka akses, UT siap juara, UT milik semua. Kami bukan sekadar kuliah di layar, kami pionir di era digital yang besar. Dari riset pengabdian teknologi cerdas, kami jawab tantangan dengan tuntas. Inovasi bukan sekedar kata, itu jalan yang kami bawa. Kiara jadi kompas nyata untuk bangsa dan dunia semesta. Universitas Terbuka, pintu ilmu bagi semua jiwa. Universitas Terbuka, jadi cahaya di tiap asa. Langkah kami makin pasti, melintasi zaman dan visi. Untuk bersuara di dunia nyata. Langkah pasti demi cita, digital kuat jejaring semesta. Ekosistem belajar tak lagi terbatas, langit kita luas tak terbatas. Universitas Terbuka, langkah berani menembus dunia. Universitas Terbuka, karya anak bangsa, suara merdeka. Di setiap klik dan layar ada tekad yang membakar. UT tak pernah lelah, UT menuju puncak dunia. UT tak terbatas, UT buka akses, UT siap juara, UT milik semua. UT tak terbatas, melawan ragu hingga tuntas. UT tak terbatas, melawan ragu hingga tuntas. lawan ragu hingga tuntas.
Para mahasiswa baru Universitas Terbuka dimanapun Anda berada, perkenalkan saya Bayu Oktara, alumnus S1 Ilmu Komunikasi UT tahun 2016. Saya dan seluruh sivitas akademika Universitas Terbuka mengucapkan selamat bergabung di Universitas Terbuka. UT adalah perguruan tinggi negeri ke-45 di Indonesia yang selalu mengedepankan inovasi di bidang pendidikan jarak jauh agar selalu sesuai dengan perkembangan teknologi informasi saat ini, sehingga UT sering disebut juga sebagai Cyber University of Indonesia. Sejak tahun 1984, UT telah hadir memberikan layanan pendidikan tinggi dengan sistem terbuka dan jarak jauh. Nah, agar studi Anda di UT dapat berjalan lancar dan bisa lulus tepat waktu, saya akan berbagi pengalaman bagaimana lulus tepat waktu dengan nilai memuaskan. Ayo kita simak bersama-sama. Mahasiswa baru UT peserta OSMB, sebagian dari Anda mungkin sudah bekerja, sebagian lagi mungkin juga belum bekerja dan hanya fokus kuliah. Kata kunci awal untuk sukses menembus studi di UT adalah mandiri dan disiplin dalam mengelola.
Anda masih bersama kami dalam program Cafe Break UT Radio Open Education Station for All, and then this is the last session of Cafe Break program, and we want to know more about your own experience of research and your research expertise. Could you tell us?
Well, yeah, let's take the reverse way from in terms of time. So currently I work at Korea Institute of Public Administration, and my main job is to do policy research. So my clients are government agencies and ministries in South Korea, although I do collaborate with international organizations occasionally. So for that, so I have a policy research, and at the same time, I try to continue on my academic research, and including theoretical development and empirical operationalization, etc. And so, yeah, I personally enjoy doing both sides, because policy research, I get to learn about the reality, and whereas the later research is what the scholarship is about, right? Like trying to contribute to the literature for the future generations and etc. And in order to be a good researcher, I'm also in the process of doing that. And I think is like consistency and like I'm like, when I'm super busy at my workplace, I don't get to read every day. Like, I just have to produce what my client wants and meet the deadlines. But like every day, at least reading one journal article, some kind of a habit, having this research-oriented ritual can be a good way to do that. And also writing at least a paragraph every day. Although everyone edits their own work. Like, yeah, once we go back to our work and read them, we feel very embarrassed sometimes. But at least writing something every day, or at least like 3 times a week. I think having this habits is very critical for all researchers. And that's what even like, so at universities I attended, there are very big names, like professors. All they do, reading every day, writing something every day. And that's what they taught me. So hopefully I can share these tips with UT students.
Oh, okay. So if you want to write a lot, you must read a lot.
Yeah, read a lot and think a lot. Yeah, perhaps not every day, but at least like 3 to 4 times a week.
Okay, but this is the very hard moment for the new researcher, yeah? So how to start the first, or do you have any suggestion to the new researcher or to the beginner?
If I am a beginner, let's say as an undergraduate study, I will try to get exposed to various strands of the literature or various fields, right? And then you figure out what's interesting, what's really not my thing, and you get a few to concentrate on. Then, and also along with getting familiar with literature, it's very critical to have methodological proficiency, learning that includes both quantitative and qualitative methodologies. Like if you are strictly quantitative person, you will decide to learn a lot of statistical packages. And if you are qualitative type, then you want to learn various methods under this qualitative methodology.
Okay.
So getting familiar with the literature, but at the same time, making yourself equipped with analytical tools, very critical.
Okay, so you don't have stuck to one method, but if you qualitative type, so you also must learn about quantitative method or types. Yeah,
At the beginning, why not, right? But then you might, if you become more specialized in your field, perhaps you will end up with a few set of methods that are constantly evolving, right? Then in that sense, you will have your specialty in the end. But as an undergraduate student, then it's critical to have exposures to various options. Who knows, you might figure out your qualitative talent later on and become a super expert in that.
Okay, so Miss Yang, is there some words that you want to talk again about accounting, governance, and SDGs?
So try to go internationally. Like Indonesia is close to so many countries in ASEAN, so you have many options, and you can be more adventurous to go to East Asia, including South Korea, US, and UK. Indonesia has this big volume to support you behind your back, so go international, explore your career in Europe or any other regions, and you can be the bridge between these two parties, or you will be an international citizen.
Being an international citizen,
global citizen, and contributing to Indonesian development and the world's development.
Okay, so do you have any suggestion to Universitas Terbuka students?
As a Korean, I like to emphasize like along with this K-pop culture that's very popular. Try to explore like academic opportunities in South Korea, and come to South Korea for your further studies.
Okay, so not only as the fans or as audience from Indonesia, but you must try how to live in Korea and also study at Korea. Okay. Could you give a closing statement for us for this topic also?
So it was really honor for me to be here, and I really like to learn a lot more about Indonesia, because I believe with Indonesia is going to make its own way for development. So thank you so much for having me here, and greetings all UT listeners. So
Okay.
I hope to see you again.
Okay, but I see in YouTube Universitas Terbuka TV there is a question from anak kepo. So
Yep.
I will convey to you and you can answer this question.
Yep.
Miss Young, what are the most valuable lessons from Korea's public administration system that can be applied by developing countries like Indonesia? Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah, maybe from Korea, digital transformation.
Okay.
Right? Digital transformation, not just for one sector of the public administration, like integrated approach to harness digital transformation is what Korea and Indonesia can collaborate the best.
Okay, so that's the answer of the question from Anak Kepo ya. Thank you so much, Anak Kepo. Terima kasih untuk pertanyaannya.
And also
okay.
maybe one more is government organizational redesign, because Korea was able to develop so rapidly due to this top-down and very efficient structure of government organization. Because I hear in Indonesia, the government is structured very like a presidential office, and underneath it, various ministries are equally located. So in that sense, it must be very hard to coordinate all these functions of various ministries. Whereas in this 21st century, our policy areas are becoming very intertwined. They're very complicated across various ministries. So yeah, for me, it seems it must take a lot of time or even impossible to coordinate different perceptions of different ministries. So gotta be more like efficient way to redesign the central government.
Okay, I hope we can see from the Korea, and maybe someday we can revise the structure.
Yeah.
Like in Indonesia.
Thanks for the question.
Okay. Oh yeah, thank you for the questions. Yeah, and then the last, please read the greetings because the audience of UT Radio can listen also your voice in our radio station.
Oh yeah. Greeting. Hello UT listeners. I am Ka Young-so. You are listening UT Radio, Open Education Station for All.
Okay. We can repeat once more, and then don't forget to say Miss Gayong, blah, blah, blah. I am as a researcher or...
Great. Yeah. Greeting. Hello, UT listeners. I'm Miss Ka Young-so from South Korea. I work at Korea Institute of Public Administration. You're listening UT Radio, Open Education Station for All.
Okay. Nice to meet you, Miss Gayong.
Thank
I
you
don't
so
know
much for having me
when
here.
I can meet you again.
Yeah,
but I hope so. In the future, we can meet
let's,
again.
Let's keep in touch, even in the virtual world first.
From Instagram.
Yeah, Instagram is,
Okay.
yeah. Thank you so much for having me here and for this great opportunity to interact with UT student body.
Okay.
Thanks.
Thank you so much, Miss Gayong, and see you next time.
Yeah.
Oke, buat listeners dimanapun Anda berada, demikian pembahasan kami di Cafe Break UT Radio terkait dengan accounting, governance, and SDGs. Dan tadi bersama dengan narasumber saya, Dr. Gayong So, dan saya Eka Ardhinie pamit. Sampai ketemu lagi. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.